gotta make this one quick and brief. I don't want to hang on this shit too long. You know what I mean? Just say what I gotta say and dip. So, who started the African slave trade? Some say it was Africans. You sold each other, things of that nature. No, it's not specifically Africans. It might have been derivatives. It might have been other types of people, but it was not specifically Africans who started the African slave trade of taking Africans up out of Africa. Now, when they come and say that, oh, you sold other people into slavery, initially that's not how it happened. It happened through warfare where people were conquered and taken as slaves. If we understand the rise of Muhammad and the Islamic Empire, then we can understand how that began to happen. Now, can we question whether Muhammad was black or not? Well, we can, but can we question whether he was African or not? No. Muhammad was born in, what's up, Pat? But Muhammad was born in Medina or some shit like that. He was born in Saudi Arabia, so he's not an African. Conduction of the East African slave trade is a 1,000-year-old trade. In fact, it's still going on today. These are facts. Ethiopians are being traded. Eritreans, a lot of people are being traded as slaves today. But somebody asked earlier, were blacks responsible for the, I guess they're trying to say the Atlantic slave trade. And I'm going to say no. Majority of them people who got into that slave trade came from the north. They came from the north after 1492. What happened in 1492? They were expelled from Spain. Queen Isabella, Ferdinando got the Moors, or the last of the Moors out of Spain, turned Granada into Spain, but the Iberian Peninsula was still left in that same name from something I don't know. I showed it on the show the other day. What I'm saying is, the Moors, or them half-breed Africans that went into that country in like 600 or 700 BC, did not leave that country the same Africans or Arabs that they went into that country as. They had sex with white women, so they mixed with the population there. They also intermingled with each other, so the African and the Arab, the African, the Arab, and the white. Eventually, that got diluted. So by 1492, there was a weakened empire. They got kicked the fuck out. They went back to Africa, joined the Moroccan Empire. That empire fought the already established Timbuktu Muslim Empire. So it was Muslim fighting Muslim, but a half-breed fighting a structured African culturalized civilization, which was Timbuktu, which a lot of our ancestry here in America traces right back to that. Timbuktu, Mali, Songhai, Benin, that whole area, Ivory Coast, Gold Coast, most of us trace right back to that area. So when it comes to some of this, who created slavery or who started it, let's start tracing back and let's start reading what really happened in history. And if we could look at that, then we can start understanding. Trish, aren't you married to an African man?
Yeah, he's half Ghanaian.
So he would understand some of this history too.
No, his dad is full blood. He's only half, and he's a LA Negro. He doesn't understand. I'm studying more on it for my children, so that I can tell them.
Well, you got to study the Moorish Empire and the fall of Spain. I think I posted a video the other day. It was when the Moors ruled Spain.
Yeah, I was understand the Moors. You know, that you'll be teaching me something. Somebody else has been trying to send me literature, but it's easier when somebody else is explaining it to you.
Yeah, it is easier. That's why I like to watch documentaries or listen to the lectures and things. Like, I still listen to them, but I like to read myself, so I go read a lot.
Yeah.
I think my thing is my thing breaking up?
No, I hear you. I'm listening to you.
I can hear myself in the playback, and it sounds like it's breaking up. Hold on, let me switch mics.
Just one sound. Yeah, I can hear myself clear on the other side. But I do have. My fault. What was you getting ready to say, sister?
No, I wanted to know who else was this on here with us.
Oh, it's just me. I'm 426, and
Oh,
I'm reading the book. There was
okay.
nobody else. That's me. That's my little
Cause
business I got going on.
okay, cause what I know about slavery, I think the Spaniards did it before white people did it. I know in Africa, a lot of them were enslaved already by other Africans, right? Can you
But
hear
it wasn't called chattel slavery. It was a different dynamic of slavery. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
it was villagers conquered.
It wasn't.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, it was rude warfare back. Back when
Right.
tribes fought tribes. We conquer
Yes, that's
you.
what it,
We don't kill all your men. We still incorporate your women. You
right,
look at the whole rise of the under Shaka Zulu.
right, right. I understand
Shaka
that
Zulu
part.
never fought a white man at all.
No, no, it's tribal.
Who
It
did
was
Shaka fight? Africans.
right.
Uh-huh.
It was very
What
tribal.
he did was consume. He consumed many nations under the one Zulu nation, and
Mm-hmm.
that way, when he fell, they had a fighting chance against those who was coming in. Now, there's tribes today that will denounce the Zulu nation for what they did, or uprooting them out of their hometown and putting them in other places, because they went hard to get an army formed. And that's what people don't understand. Shaka never fought a white dude, man. That's some movie shit. He fought his own people in order to capture, conquer, and increase his numbers in order to fight for what
Right.
he already foresaw was.
Hello.
You said something about yeah. Who that?
You broke up for a minute.
Listen, yeah, I get you. But yeah, what you were saying about the Spaniards and being part of the slave trade or the beginning. Yep,
Yes.
they was there. Them and the Portuguese.
Yeah, they were. They
They
were.
was there. They were.
They taught the white people how to do it. Right.
They learned it from somebody.
They learned it
They learned
from them, and they weren't perfect because before that there was white people had slaves, the white slaves, indentured servants, and then Willie Lynch
it.
came over and that Willie Lynch letter is deep. It amazes me about how many brothers and sisters don't even realize what that is talking about.
Some like to say it's a fake letter.
Yeah,
It was
no,
plagiarized.
that was instructions that are still affecting our communities today.
Yep. What movie was that? Animal, right? Is that Animal where he made his son read the Willie Lynch letter at the end of the movie?
I don't know. I've never seen Animal.
Oh, you gotta see that. It's with Vin Rames.
Okay.
It's a very oh damn, what the fuck? That shit just died like that? Whatever. Yeah, it's a good
Fortune.
movie.
Yeah, I've
Very
never
good
seen it,
movie.
but out tonight.
But the
But
mantra
yeah,
was right because I was in another person's show and everybody in the chat room was like, no black soul blacks into slavery. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? It was mixed blacks that came down. They were half Spanish, half white, half Arab. They came to
yeah.
Morocco, wanted to attack Mali, which was fucking dark skinned black people. Negroes was running around there. They seen
Mhm.
the empire, they seen the wealth of knowledge. They ran down there and they tried to sack it. In fact, tried to do it many a times until
Right.
they finally got through and established themselves. And then that ideology that they had already learned from being up in Spain and trading other Europeans back and forth, became, well, let me trade these to these other Europeans. Oh, they're putting them on boats. Don't worry, they'll do the same thing that we did to them in their
Mhm.
country, them and feed them, but they're still our slaves. No, it wasn't like that.
Mhm.
And there's stories of when these words or when these stories got back to how we were being treated here, back to Africa, that some of the tribes rose up and fought and they did not sell slaves or other people again.
Right.
There are stories of this. If I get the time, I'll go back and find it and pull it up and show it to the YouTube world. But right now, I ain't gonna do it. What I'm saying is, these stories exist. You can find them for yourself if you really feel like looking. And if for those who say there is no Negro land or there is no country named Negro, you need to go study maps. If you go look back at maps and go to an old enough map, you'll find Negro land. In fact, let me be a dickhead and pull it up right now on Google.
You'll find Kush and everything else also.
You'll find, yeah.
People are like, what's Kush?
It goes right here. In case people think I'm bullshitting you.
There it is.
I'm not gonna lie. Negro land does exist.
Yep.
You tell me what that says. And if I'm lying, Negro land exists. And do you see how deep and strong Negro land is? What's above Negro land is the Sahara Desert. At the far left side of the screen, at the top above would be, I forgot what country that is, but whatever. You see it at the tip, at the edge of that desert, that's Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
That's where those guys came from to keep attacking. Tumbuk, which is Timbuktu, they kept attacking. There's mountains over there. They kept attacking until they weakened the empire and then influenced them because they were already Arab. They were all Muslim. But Timbuktu had a different form of Muslim. In Timbuktu, they kept their African culture and they still adopted Islam.
Right.
As a teaching, as an understanding. But they kept their African culture. That's why the gold was not worth more than the books in Timbuktu. Gold was not as valuable as books in Timbuktu.
Right.
They don't even understand that. So anybody who says the Negro never had a land, well, the Negro did have a land. And this map predates half of the people who speak about that bullshit. Here's the Negro land. Right.
Oh, who says that?
A lot of people say it doesn't exist.
Oh, wow.
And if I can get the bigger map, it shows the names. There's some things that relate to the Bible in some of these places. I'm not gonna go into that conversation right now. But you see what's underneath Negro land is Guinea, which is Grain Coast, Gold Coast, Slave Coast. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Then Benin, which is another black empire, which you see a lot of those people with the strong nose that look like the Olmec images. A lot of them come from that Benin empire. They had the cast iron dolls and things of that nature, and gold dolls and medallions. Then you see, if you look even closer to the side, you see something of Ethiopia. People don't even realize how big Ethiopia was or how much it was considered a majority of Africa. And then you consider that a lot of white folk wasn't allowed to go into the land anyway. They really didn't start going into the land until maybe it was 1600 where they could really explore inner deeply. They weren't allowed, and they wasn't trying to walk through because they would die from malaria and shit like that. They adapted to anyway. So they didn't get to map this shit perfectly good until a long time into history. Like you can't get a good African map for a while. But those came along with satellites and shit. So now we can see the truth. But still, history is history. And a lot of people, it's like, when did slavery, who started it? Now, it's a conflicting thing because it wasn't the African. If you say, okay, people were doing slavery too, yes. So was the European, the Gaulians, and the Angles, and the Saxons, and all that shit. They was doing it shit too.
They were, exactly.
They was all doing that shit too. So let's stop it. That's what people do in history. Shit goes back to Egypt, Greece, Rome, the Roman Empire, the Holy Roman Empire, Xerxes, and Mesopotamia.
In the days of Akhenaten and Nefertiti and
all that shit. Yes, people were captured and forced to work or forced to live into the place where they were captured. But then incorporated into the family after at least a generation.
Yep.
It wasn't that same, oh no, when you have a child, your child is a slave. If you have my child, that child is a slave. Wasn't none of that bullshit going on. So all I wanted to come on and say is that question is debatable, and I'm going to leave the question out there of who started slavery. And I urge those who like to study this type of shit to go find the real information, and let's have a nice philosophical debate on it, because I want to talk about this shit. I'm tired of people saying black people sold black people into slavery and not having a full story, a full aspect of what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, they just don't know. Like you said, it wasn't just black people, it was tribal, it was other areas. Um, you go to the library, people, there's corners in the library, they're not going to tell you at school. The real
Nope.
learning, the real learning begins when you're thirsty for more knowledge than curriculum. In school, they give you a curriculum that you have to follow. You have to go to the library and pull out books that the librarian doesn't even point you to. And sometimes if you ask her or him, they're shocked that you want to know because not too many people have that thirst for knowledge to go to evolve, for their brains to evolve, other than just textbook.
Yeah, I read most of this shit in the library. That's why when I pull it up on Google, it's easy for me to be like, yeah, well. And I'm confident in talking about it, because if you go to where the lies are buried, I mean the library,
Mm-hmm.
you will find what you
Yeah,
need to know.
that's true what you said because some people they just go with what they heard and they don't question. You have to challenge yourself, people. Challenge yourself and question these things. Some of the stuff in textbook doesn't even make sense.
Forget
And if you,
textbooks. We got in this community, right? We got people making speeches and giving lectures based on Black African history. But then when you go start fact checking the shit, you like, nigga, you got that shit from a white dude, and he's
uh
this person. But listen, he got it wrong because the other person got it wrong that he stole it from. Did you know that?
exactly. Well, a lot of people still think that they think Egypt because of watching TV was just full of white people.
Yeah,
And
Egypt was white
how
as a
could there be
motherfucker.
white people in that climate? They are, their hair was like wool. Whose hair is like wool? The black
They
people.
when
Jewish
you
people.
start seeing white people in Egypt, it's because of mixing. It's because of
Uh,
the same thing else that we were talking about earlier: war, infiltration, conquering other tribes, incorporating
yes.
these other tribes into your tribe. So when Egypt decided to go towards Mesopotamia,
Hello. Hello. I lost you. Vita. I can't hear words you're saying if you're talking. Shit. Hello. What's up, Slap?
Slapper, 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 slapper.
Slap a dime in the house. V Dub was talking and he just disappeared.
Yeah, I know. That's why I came in. I was like, let me take my moment. Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
there
is
you
the
go.
awkward
Can't.
moment when you gotta hop back on your own screen.
Chill.
You're.
Slap in the
Oh
building.
shit! I'm about to end the shit too. Like, oh, fuck. My damn iPhone died. I apologize. Since the computer's running, the stream didn't die. But I don't know
uh,
who else right in here half of the rant. You know me. I go into my rant.
I thought it was me. I left out and came back in.
Oh yeah, no, my damn. I'm looking down at the iPhone. Why the fuck this shit black? Oh, it's dead. My fault. I ain't got a good iPhone charger. I gotta go order one from Amazon or some shit.
Yeah,
Need to
that's
get
why.
one of those
What's happening though, Slack?
bodegas. So, ain't shit. Saw you got kicked off. I was like, oh, let me hop on quick. So listen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was about to end it. I was on the You Dig, and they was just talking about black people. So black people in slavery. I'm like, man, y'all gotta chill with that shit, man. You gotta have an understanding, better understanding what you talking about before you say black people did this, black people did that. Cause I
Yeah.
won't stand around while that conversation is had, idly quiet.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I'm
but
gonna start.
isn't it too different from what the fuck we went through?
Yeah, I mean, And this is why I pull this picture up, because people be like, there is no place called Negro land. I said, well, the map is different now, but I can find a Negro land, can't you?
Yeah,
You
but
gotta go back in time. You gotta go back in time to pull up the
you
maps.
go back. The maps don't show Kush either, but it's there if you go back far enough.
Yeah. The Cush map is actually in the Bible. That's the ones that are hidden in Rome. Them good old nice drawn maps.
There's a lot of things hidden that they want to die off and they didn't want you to know, so they just wrote it out the script. But if you go back far enough, you'll find it.
No disrespect to the Soto Nation, but you know a lot of people run off of those fucking Hidden Colors documentaries, right?
I've never seen one, so I can't even explain what that.
Huh?
Yeah, I've never seen one.
A lot of people haven't, but the ones that do always feel like they got the extra knowledge, and they be like, "Oh, well, black people started slavery first," and da 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 da. It's just like.
But they don't say distinguish tribal and other areas that were doing. So they don't even bring up that out here the white slaves. They don't bring out none of that.
Yeah, I know. The what you call it?
Indigent servants.
Yeah. What the fuck are they called? Ireland. They did Ireland bad. Snatched all them people up, scattered them around the world.
Oh yeah. They'll never bring that up either. They don't.
Figure out which ones were black people slaves and which ones were indentured servants.
And that's why they used to call them the Black Irish.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's because Ireland has a Negro past.
They'll look at you in your face and be like, "Oh, we've been through some of the things." You'll just look at them like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And you found out they got kidnapped from their countries and sent around the world too. They ain't get it as bad, but they still got it.
I'm one of those people where I love knowledge, and if I don't know, I'm not gonna say no. If you tell me something, I'm gonna go look it up for myself.
Yep.
And either it's gonna be right on point, or I'm gonna be able to debate you the next time. But I'm not gonna say no, that's not a fact, because you look like a fool when you do that.
Well, that's why I pull up evidence.
Yeah, it's always good to have evidence, and it's there. Just like you just pulled out Negro land. I bet that shocked the shit out of a few people.
They're going to watch the replay. They're going to watch the replay like, oh, shit.
When I say Kush, a lot of people probably think they're talking about weed.
Same thing when you be like ISIS. So what are you talking about? The Muslim terrorist group? No.
Yeah.
Not at all, but okay.
That's funny.
ISIS is a Muslim terrorist group. You know, niggas got to do shit. I don't know. It's whatever, though. I mean, people gonna believe what they believe. I'm just gonna try to find out the truth.
Well, recently I was approached with the Moors thing. Now, I had never studied up on the Moors, but this person is trying to teach me, but I'm not following him too well. He's not a good teacher. He gets too frustrated, too passionate. When you're too passionate, sometimes you lose focus and start barking at people, you know?
Wasn't the Moors the ones that not kidnapped, fucking enslaved all the white women and were selling them? Damn, I wish I could remember the names. Because there's pictures of it. They got the slave trade. They got the white lady looking back and like, oh, yeah. No bullshit.
Well, this guy's trying to tell me that the Moors were here when the Pilgrims first came, and the Moors were the ones that taught the Pilgrims how to live. Now, how accurate is that? I don't know.
I don't know if their names were Moors. We call them mound people now. The skeletons are there, the statues are there, all that other evidence is there. They just call them Moors.
Right, and there are some people that try to emulate them still living among us, because he's a Moor. This guy calls himself a Moor.
Well, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah, and he dresses like one also. I mean, he actually dresses like a Moor.
I wish I could remember what their slave thing was called.
All I know is they be wildin'. That Moor and Hebrew and all that other stuff. I get it, but we've been here so long. The Moors and the Hebrews is the same people now, so
Yeah.
y'all gonna fight each other, or y'all gonna fight with each other. At the end of the day, we the same. We done mixed up or been mixed together, breeded into each other, all kind of shit.
There is no pure breed. I mean, you know, I was arguing with somebody this morning that they're like, he's too light, she's too light. Look, I'm mixed with the same things you guys are. And my mother is brown skinned, so is my father. But look at me. We're so mixed, you never know what you're going to get. We're like a box of chocolates. So now what are we going to do? Are we going to stand together since we are like these mixed people? No matter what's on your birth certificate, that's what you are. My birth certificate says black. I don't know about y'all's.
Oh, mine was black.
It doesn't say Creole. It doesn't say light skin. It says black. Now the kids' birth certificates are saying African American. Back in the day, they said colored. So basically, we are what they call us at that time. In a couple of years, we'll probably be Kabluba Blockmans. I don't know.
Now, see, that's when the Moors have something positive to say, that we do need a correction in who we are called. It needs to be set in stone and laid down there and not to be changed ever. They right when they say that.
Right.
So that we classify, we know who we are. But we should be able to define that, not what white people feel like calling us at that time.
Right. Well, I want it to be defined because I was looking at my mother's birth certificate because she's 79 and it says colored on there. Mine is black. My son and my daughter is African American. But I don't want to be what they want to be. I'm something and I'm here, you know? And I relate to us.
Right. It's like they tell you who you are. And then we pro-black for having a problem that we label that way and we got to conform to it. No, we didn't label ourselves. We didn't call ourselves. And then the first thing you tell the pro-black is they should go out and do something for themselves. Well, we're trying to name ourselves right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was saying with the Moors, but I don't want the extra shit that they have contributing to that naming association. Let's take baby steps, homie. Forget the status correction and land and all that other shit and all this taking property and houses and all that. Calm down, calm down.
Right, you know, it's just an old argument. Just like right now they're talking about that football player doesn't have a right. Well, here's the thing. If you have one parent that's black and one parent that's white on your birth certificate, you're black. He's black in their eyes.
Didn't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or some other guy not put his hand over his heart a long time ago in the NBA? They gotta stop that.
Oh. Yeah, I was told as a kid I didn't have to do that shit, so I did.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Which nation is yours? So you can't represent a nation that was stolen and given to you. And I ain't never get up and do that shit my whole life.
That's crazy because I wasn't allowed to do it either. My mother told me I didn't have to, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And now it's a problem.
I went off of what my pop said. You know, pops and moms are superheroes when you were kids, so. And they was like,
Yep.
no. It's like, all right, cool. Looked it up. It was like, oh, okay, now I get what he's saying. Shit.
No, she told me you could stand if you want, but you don't have to pledge no allegiance. And she told the teacher also. And I didn't. In fact, they're trying to take it out the schools. How about that?
Yeah, they need to.
Yep, they're trying to take, just like they took prayer, they're trying to take the Pledge of Allegiance out.
The motherfuckers be needing that prayer in their life.
They took, when I was going to school, they made us do the regular prayer and the Christian prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance every morning.
Yeah, you go back in time long enough, you'll see the little American kids in school with their hands up, looking like little kids. Before gentlemen took that
They told me in that chat room that blacks need to let go of racism. We need to forget about it. I'm not forgetting about that shit. You need
I'm
to worry
about something that impacted everything that you know.
Yeah.
It still impacted us. How can we forget it when it happened every day?
I'm supposed to, and I'm like ignorant, you know, acting like it doesn't exist. You're being complacent with it. I'm not gonna be complacent with racism until magically goes the fuck away. That's not gonna happen.
Nah.
So if I don't say something about it, if white people are allowed to get up, no offense to them, or they have their news media outlets and call us thugs, criminals, and we need to do this as good fathers and that, well, I'm gonna call out your racism. And if I gotta eat what you're saying to me, you gotta eat what I'm saying to you, and we both need to change.
Well,
Just talking shit to each other. Period.
well, I'm not gonna be complacent, and you better fear complacency. For people who say that.
I gotta forget about slavery. Gotta get over it, and I can't talk about racism until I get the black community cleaned up.
Man,
Tell that shit to a
no
fucking
black
Jewish
man invented
rapper.
the internet, right?
Yeah. And the super soaker.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I know the super.
I had to mention that it's
Pull
summertime,
up in
baby.
Mwagi, some shit like that. Invented the internet. Was so far
Yeah,
ahead
I
of
seen
his
it
time
too.
that he was already thinking the microprocessing chips, so the RFID chips, and changing the internet for our kids to be able to get the internet just thinking about it. They took his idea, they said it was evil, now they want to chip everybody for all the wrong purposes. But he made the internet and more. He was one of the first people to be able to hook up a whole series full of computers and get the information and send across as fast as it was before there was any dial-up and DSL bullshit holding people back. Black man.
Yep. It's a lot of things we've contributed. Every time you stop at the stoplight, black man. Every time somebody has heart problems, the little blue babies, black woman. I mean, we've contributed. Folgers Coffee. We have contributed so much to society, but yet we cannot be complacent. And I'm proof you cannot be complacent. You know, I have a very good career, live in a nice home gated community, and yet every time you turn around, you know there's somebody reminding you that you are a black woman or looking at you like you don't belong. I will not be complacent. The way to beat them is to I could do what you do and I do it better.
Yep.
That's the way I beat them. Just like because my husband is a darker skinned black person, they were following him up to the private gates every day when he was coming home when we first moved to this community. And and that he was like, you just can't get away from it. No, and that's why I won't be complacent because I have, we are one of the rare black families. I'm black. I have a black husband, 2 little black kids, and my son needs to know and my daughter needs to know, and they don't need to be bamboozled and ignore nothing because they're going to live it in their everyday life, the prejudices and the racial tension. And I don't care where you live, it gets you. It gets me right here in my neighborhood where I pay just as much as these damn other people.
And that's in California.
And that's in California. Let me tell you, it's so cold that in our business, we have a secretary named Shirley who's been working for my mother for over 30 years. We have to play games. Like when we want to deal with certain companies, we have to put that white face in front of them. And then after we get them, aha, this is our shit. But we have to present the white face, and that's in business and high corporate. So I'm telling you, it's still here. You can't ignore it, and if you try, you're a fool, and you're not going nowhere. When they take 1 step, you take 2. If they jump, you leap. Now that's the way I was brought up.
And that's how you do business. The way y'all doing business, the way I would do it. I'm using this space to promote. Why? Because it's going to sell better.
Yep. And they just don't want to. So we have, I guess, essentially, we have a token white woman. Yes, we do. I'm sorry. We've been using as tokens for a long time.
You got a chicken white side. His name is Sco.
Steve Smith, what up?
What's up, Eric?
What's going on, man? I'm driving in the city.
I hear that crunk music in the back. Never.
You know how a nigga does.
Yeah. What's your take on that topic, though? Who started slavery? What you think about that?
Are we talking just slavery in general, or are we talking about the slavery that our people went through?
Slavery in general. You know. Well, you know, let's put it like this. Yeah, who started the black slave trade? Hmm.
I honestly couldn't say. I mean, a lot of people talk about that, but I couldn't tell you.
The documentation is out there. We just gotta look it up the right way. That's all. That's why I had to jump on this episode. This is just the beginning. I'm probably going to elaborate on this much more. But
I mean, if you're just talking about slavery in general, for black people, we did it ourselves. But I don't know if anybody did it before we did.
I was saying that it was a mixed crowd that really started it in the way we know it of today. They were expelled from Spain. They were Muslims, mixed Muslims, but they were Muslims. Went to Morocco. They attacked Timbuktu and Negro land, as I have it on the screen right now, numerous times until they weakened it. And then they started trading with the European people that they already knew of. Right. It's not like it was an inside job. They came from that area. They were there for 700 years. You don't just keep up that people in the culture after 700 years of being there and think it's going to be peaches and cream. Yeah, you know these people. You know how they work. And so they started telling other people, those who lost the war. But those weren't Africans. They were expelled Muslims from Spain who were there for 700 years after leaving Africa. I forgot it wasn't a crusade. It was the other one. What else happened in Europe? It was against the Muslims and the Jews. It was in Europe, preferably around Spain and France, that whole area. It wasn't a crusade. It was something else.
Well, there were jihad.
The jihad is the African and the Arab fighting them. It wasn't a crusade, in fact.
There was the Crusades. There was the Inquisition.
Yeah, there you go. The Inquisition. That's a lot of what was on the western coast of Europe, which led to the expulsion of the Moors and Jews, the Sephardic Jews, being kicked into Africa and shit like that. And them starting to attack Timbuktu, other empires that were already in existence, now creating a slave trade that we know of.
Okay.
But we know there were Moors who went dealing with Columbus. Alfonso something was his name. That was a black dude. That was a navigator. Black people around Ponce de Leon. When he went through Florida and New Orleans, he got like 13, 14 Africans with him.
Right.
So we know it was there, but how did it happen? Well, they lost. It was a slave trade, but it really wasn't a slave trade until they really brought, I guess it was the HMS Jesus Christ that landed here in Jamestown or whatever it was called. Had them first 13 African slaves on it, or whatever, however many. I could have the, I know it was the USS Jesus Christ, or the HMS Jesus Christ, landed in Jamestown, Virginia. That had the first quote-unquote African slaves on it. But they like to mention that there was a black man who owned slaves back then too. Well, explain who the black man was and why he had so much status in America. That's where the Moors come into play, because they have that history down pat lot. They like to claim that was a Moorish person. Same thing they say is the first president of the United States who was a black man, who was George Wright.
6 of them before they started counting.
Yeah, he wrote the Confederate Constitution. I forgot what it's called.
It's still available.
It was preamble to the Constitution. It was called the Confederate something. But yeah, but they say he was the subject of like a high court in Europe somewhere. So you go look back at the history, the high court was the ruling family and the family crest of black people. pictures, black people with gold earrings and nappy hair with a band on them. I had those pictures up the other day when I did the show.
Yeah.
You understand? All that stuff is intertwined, so it's like you have to go really read this shit for yourself, and now you have to start putting it together for yourself in order to be like, I understand where this person is coming from when they say this or they suggest this or they read a book about it. See all of that stuff. So that's why I've never seen Hidden Colors, because I read Hidden Colors. Like I went through and looked at it.
Yeah. Nah, no bullshit. Like for somebody like you, it's just what you do as a refresher course. Like that's why you watch Hidden Colors. I haven't found one that giving me real new information since I watched the first one. Like I've got all my information from like what's called Phil Valentine, Brother Panic. Who else is out there? For all the legends that's out there, ones that was around before the internet. So yeah.
No rush. All the good.
Yeah.
They've been telling us.
Like I got the information.
I can speak for 6 fucking hours. Phil Valentine can speak for 3.
Oh, man, I still got his lectures downloaded.
Man, listen.
Don't go wrong with Bobby. Shoot.
Yeah, Bobby spoke that shit. Bobby opened the new shit. You be like, oh, this nigga is right. This shit esoteric. How to stimulate a woman without touching her. What the fuck? Then the nigga black 5 black hours. I was like, damn, Bobby too strong. I watched him make a white woman cry live on that's an old side net. I gotta see that shit. Bobby white woman cry. He's offensive. She's man. I'm not saying that's a good thing to do, unless it's a troll that we fail to want to mention. I would love to see her cry, but everybody else, nah. I mean, but then she cried out of pure like emotion from within her heart, like, oh, this hurts my soul. Why are you saying these things? Are they true? And he was laying down the truth. Oh shit. Yeah, but I just could not hop on without this great topic that they gave me to do a show with, and not do the show about it. So I had to talk about it. And anybody tell you that there ain't no Negro land, I can tell you there's Negro land right here. And if you need me to find black land, I'll find that shit too. I promise you it's on the map somewhere. If anybody asks me where I'm from, this is a map. I'm from one of these areas in West Africa. All right? I'm not going to be specific. I don't know what town. I don't know if I was from the grain of the slave coast of Benin or Ethiopia at the edge. I just know whomever my people was. Matter of fact, it was along this river right here. I think it's called the Niger. Or the Niger, however you want to call it. Yeah, I know I come from along there. Wherever malaria is rampant in Africa, that's where my people come from. Check. Anybody else want to say something about slavery before I end this? Because I'm about to go out and smoke.
Oh, no. You gave me some things, so you gave me enough homework tonight.
Oh, yeah. I would put the links out there. I'm not even looking at the feed to see the chat because I personally don't give a fuck. But I put it out there for niggas to see anyway.
Well, drop it in the hangout for me, please, because I am interested. You gave me something. Don't tease me. Let me look at it.
Yeah, I'll drop all the links that I have up. I got a few links up right now. I got the map to Negro Land, this one right here, the Moors would eventually catch you, Geo, Timbuktu. I didn't even get into this. I could have read this whole little thing right here. That's a whole historical dialogue. But since I got them all up, I'm going to put the links in the Hangout, so everybody who has an invite will get it. Everybody who doesn't, well, send it to your friends, tell a friend, tell a link, to tell another friend. And, well, we got to get ready for the bus stop. I'm going to try to be on for the first hour.
Bus stop.
You know, I was at work tired as a motherfucker. I gotta stop fucking with this bus stop shit. Bus stop the other nigga at work. I ain't gonna do that. So, shout out to everybody who tuned in. I think I got 10 live viewers right now. I don't know what's going on in the chat. I probably have to hop up on the shit and see. Y'all probably cursing me out or some dumb shit.
No, I say they said hello.
I'm telling them I say what up. Matter of fact, here it goes. It should be popping up right now. Privilege. I want to see you without shouting out the chat, whoever's in here. Raw Dog, shout you out. And we had a nice little discussion in the chat. You know, I had to hop on here. Lilani in the building. Trish
El
in the
Marie in
building.
the house.
A lot of El Marie, a lot of Zicos. Raw Dog was up in the building. Okay. Kind of me and him. I couldn't even answer your questions, Raw Dog. I'm offended. My fault. Troll Father in the building. My dude. That's
What's up,
funny.
Troll
Back.
Father?
Bills. B-Dub, you truly are ugly motherfucker. So is your mother, motherfucker. Let's keep it pushing, good people. I'm gonna have to quietly drop the mic. Boom.
Thank you, Raw Dogs. Zanzibar.
Yeah. I say and spray. This is the live chat will be open, but I'm going to smoke. I need to go get some 2020 in before the bus stop gets crazy. Let's just question about who started slavery. But I did not. This is not a finished discussion. Right? So y'all plan the next one and invite a lot more people to it. Give advance notice and say, yo, this is going down this day at this time. Be here, be square, whatever it's called. So we're ready for this discussion. That's why I'm gonna have a homework lesson inside. You know, that's who I forgot to invite, Scott. I'm gonna have to send him the homework lesson. He called me professor up there. I'm gonna put the homework lessons in the chat. Put that shit on your page. Share this shit on Facebook. Ask your friends about the shit. Question them. See what the fuck they know, which they might be able to add to you. Because the more minds on this subject, the better. We might even get a better understanding. I might even fucking learn something new that I ain't understand before, which I would love to. But I got a lot of in my head. Will help me get rid of it. Other than that, I thank everybody on the panel for joining. Slap, Eric, Trish, 426. Oh, that was me. And V-Dub, me too.
All right. Well, thank you for inviting me, my most knowledgeable brother.
I ain't the knowledgeable one. I just try to help out, you know, what we need to know and what we need to do.
Always interesting topics.
Shout out to Betty Crocker. She's in the building. My girl, Betty Crocker. I'm going to smoke one in honor of you right now. Just
all right. All right, Slap. All right, Eric. Nice. I'll see you guys later on the bus stop.
I'll let you later. Yo, Tree, I said what up.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Betty Crocker, man, hit me up on the email. Other than that, man, the show has got to go. Yo, Slap. Let me know when the bus stop is ready. Give me the link.
Yeah. Nah, it'll be, man. Nah, it's only 7. It'll be rough. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it's 7 o'clock. It ain't even 10 yet.
Yeah, no, right? I lost track of time. I think I'm going to play with Facebook Live for a little while, though. I ain't used that shit except 3 times.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do Facebook games, so I'll probably only see you on that shit. So I wait for you to come through to the YouTube gig. If I'm awake, I'm on it. If I'm not, well, bus stop forever. You know me. I get up early in the morning and hop on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nah, it'll be, I know it'll be started by 9.
By 9, I should be up by then, because this some good-ass weed, man. This that loud. That shit not good. All right, let me stop. I'm live. All right, everybody. Holla at y'all later.